Hi, welcome to my channel, Lemurian Pearl. Today is Venus Day, so happy Venus Day everyone. And it's also the last Venus Day before Venus goes into retrograde. So I thought, why not do a reading, to see what this Venus retrograde is bringing. Also, the new moon in Pisces happened yesterday, so this is also just a good time to set intentions and connect with your higher self, because right now the moon is not illuminated and a lot of things are happening that we can't see, and so it's a good time to connect with your higher self, to connect and with your subconscious mind and see what messages are coming through. So we have 3 piles. Pile 1, we have this crystal here, which is opalite, and this is a very beautiful crystal. It's iridescent, especially like when the light hits it, it's just so lovely and mesmerizing. And the energy of this crystal is, it helps to connect with your personal power. It's a very healing crystal that helps you also connect with like overcoming any like negative feelings, helps you stay in a positive mindset. It helps to enhance your sexual energy. It's just an overall great crystal to connect with your higher self and bring forth a spiritual awakening, great for transformation. So if you feel connected to this crystal, this will be for pile 1. So for pile 2, we have the carnelian crystal. This crystal is such a great crystal for connecting with your creativity and boosting your creative energy. It is associated with the sacral chakra. It's a great crystal for your vitality, for your immune system. It enhances your confidence and your courage to really take action on things. Gives you the motivation you need. And this is a great crystal to use during this time with Venus in Aries, because it's associated with fire. Aries is a fire sign. So yeah, if you feel connected to this crystal, this will be your pile for pile 2. And for pile 3, we have this fusite crystal. And this crystal is associated with the heart chakra. It's a stone of love and compassion. Helps you to make better decisions because it gives you the clarity that you need. Helps you to move through your emotions in a way that doesn't overwhelm you. So it's good for like if you have like anxiety, helps to calm you. And it's just an overall really lovely crystal to have. So if you resonate with this crystal, then this would be your pile. So this is pile 3. So now you can take a moment to choose your pile. So again, this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. Okay, so pile 1. Before we begin, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it and release through your mouth. And take a deep breath in again. And release. Keep your eyes closed. And I want you to imagine that there is a tiny thread that is connected from your crown and goes all the way down to your root. And this thread is filled with light, a glimmering light, and it's helping to align your chakras, connect you to your higher self. Visualize it swirling around from head to toe. Letting you know that you are open and you are willing to receive the messages from your higher self. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath in again. And release. Okay, so now that you are connected, I'm going to shuffle some cards and see what your higher self wants you to know for this upcoming Venus in retrograde. And for Venus in retrograde, Venus is all about love, what you value, is associated with finances and your relationships. So this could bring about messages regarding any of those things. So let's see. This deck is actually a spirit animal deck, so we'll see what spirit animal is coming out for you. Okay, we have the hedgehog. Sorry. We have the hedgehog. Trust. Okay. Says this is a reminder that even if you feel that others do not understand you or get what you are doing, it is no excuse to curl up and hide. Sure, you may need a little bit of space right now, but the world needs your gifts. You are more than worthy. Interesting. So Venus does speak about like what you value and values in general, and in astrology it rules the second house and the seventh house, and the second house is all about self-worth. And with retrogrades we are usually encouraged to retreat in a way, but this card is talking about taking time for yourself but not hiding away during this Venus retrograde. Still, you can still shine your light, you can still share your gifts. Okay, we've got turtle, calm. The turtle wisdom teaches us about walking our path in peace and sticking to it with determination and serenity. You may be encouraged to take a break from your busy life and look around or within you for more grounded, long-lasting solutions. Okay, so with this retrograde, it's really encouraging you to take a more relaxed approach. And when it comes to this turtle card, it's about trusting your own timing, going at your own pace, and embracing the calm within. That's what's really going to help you propel forward, by taking the time to ground and center yourself. Really connect with yourself, connect with the earth, and just like take a moment, take a breather before you react, before you respond, whatever it is that's calling to your attention. You need that space to just be. So let's see what's underneath the deck. We have hippopotamus, exploration. If you have become bored with your life, you have the creative power to stir things up and revitalize everything. You can do this by starting new projects, setting new goals, and making spiritual connections. Okay, so basically, you will have that energy once you take that time to reset and revitalize yourself. You're going to be able to use that energy for new projects. So it could be that during the retrograde is when you just sort of like take a step back from a lot of the things that have been like pulling at your attention, so that you can really get clear on what it is that you want to truly pour into. And then once the retrograde is over and Venus goes direct, you'll be able to start new projects with more ease. You'll be able to really go for those like things that have been brewing inside of you. So yeah, just take this time to really figure out and explore what it is that you want to create, what it is that you want to just take a step towards. Okay, so let's see what we have from this crystal card deck. Turquoise, prioritize your health. That's exactly what I was just talking about. And blue lace agate, find your calm. Yep, that goes well with the turtle card. Some of you may need to take a trip abroad, like take a little holiday somewhere where you can like really just use this time to focus on healing and being in a calming space. Okay, so epidote, go deeper. And underneath the deck, we have rose quartz, open your heart. Okay. Okay, so basically, during this Venus retrograde time, you're going to need to reduce anything that like is stressing you out, so that you can be in a state of calm and really connect with yourself and prioritize your health, whether that's like physical or mental health. And once you are in a state of calm where like you are valuing and not valuing, sorry, but you are making the effort to be at a state of peace, have that peace of mind, you will be able to go deeper into your psyche and go deeper into what it is that you truly want, you know, being able to open your heart to receiving the things that you truly desire and exploring that further. So yeah, the hippopotamus exploration card really goes well with this go deeper card, because in order for you to explore that, you do need to go deeper within. So I'm going to pull from my Ganesha card deck, and Ganesha is all about removing any obstacles and understanding, you know, what it is that is needed in order to overcome these obstacles. So this is a really beautiful deck, by the way. The artwork is just lovely. It's called Whispers of Lord Ganesha. So let's see what Ganesha has to say. Oh, okay, it's a bit too much. capacity to love. Wow, beautiful. So I'm going to read from the book. Capacity to love. It takes courage to open up and heal areas of deep vulnerability. Each human individual is created with a profound longing to feel loved. Out of this need for love, you may exaggerate and parade your fascinating qualities while masking your weaknesses or fears. If you are not committed to looking at your root issues, you will feel disconnected from your true self. Take a moment to look at how you are handling yourself. Are you being open and honest? Are you withdrawing from a situation? Are you masking a problem with some sort of avoidance tactic, such as shopping, drinking, or eating excessively? Are you holding grudges? When your heart is open, you will find that your actions tend to match your words. You rarely get offended. You are emotionally available. When your heart is open, you truly take responsibility for who you are and what your beliefs are. You love yourself more completely. Conflict resolves more easily, and you have a desire to live in harmony with others. Ganesha's trunk represents the ability to consider how you are perceiving this situation, which is significant in your spiritual growth. An elephant's trunk is an important appendage that is used in its day-to-day functioning. It serves to remove trees and other large obstacles, as well as for more fiddly tasks such as breaking open fruits to eat. An elephant has the capability to handle a range of tasks from minute ones to those requiring great strength. In this way, Ganesha's trunk is an emblem of his great intelligence and his extraordinary capacity for love. Rely on your own vast array of abilities to tackle your problems and know that Ganesha is supporting you in this process. Wow. So that really all comes together, doesn't it? Because the rose quartz crystal came out about opening your heart. The hedgehog crystal first coming about trusting, and this epidote crystal about going deeper. And basically this card brings that all together about just looking more deeply within to see like what it is that you truly desire, and just letting all the distractions just kind of fall away. And I feel like you being in a state of calm is going to bring that for you. And during this Venus retrograde, is a great time for you to focus on that. So wow, I really love this reading. And I love this artwork as well. I liked what it said about the elephant's trunk and how it's used for different things. And just looking at your capabilities and not what's the word, when you downplay your capabilities, not doing that, and also realizing that you are capable of love in different ways, and there's not just one way of loving. And I think as well, when we are looking for other people to love us, it has to come from a place of knowing how we want to be loved, and that comes from exploring that for ourselves, and actually trying those things out. And perhaps during this Venus retrograde for you is about giving yourself what it is that you want and what you desire, but also what you really need, and not looking outside of yourself to acquire that. And yeah, so maybe going on a few dates, taking yourself out, or even just when you're at home and stuff, just not withholding yourself from what you truly need emotionally. Like, I know sometimes we can like tell ourselves, oh, I don't really need this, or like I'll hold off from giving myself something that I really want just because um it's not like important, like telling ourselves it's not important, or telling ourselves like, oh, we'll just do that later or whatever. But if it's something that you really need, then you should give that to yourself. And I feel like during this Venus retrograde, you should, like practice giving yourself exactly what you need in that moment, not waiting until the next day, or like, just depriving yourself a few hours because, you're procrastinating, or you just, it's the habit of like putting your needs to the side. So, yeah, practice like when you need something, give that to yourself immediately, or like carve out time specifically to give that to yourself. The more that you do that, the more that you're gonna experience those things just like naturally as well, because you are already giving that to yourself. You are telling the universe that you are worthy of these things. And yeah, it really does come from like loving yourself first. So I'm gonna do one more pull, and it's gonna be from my erotic tarot card deck, because Venus is all about love, and with love that comes, saucy things too. So let's see if there's any saucy things in store for you. um Hold on. All right, let's shuffle this deck. Oh, I'm gonna take that one. Okay, we have. Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm on YouTube, so I need to cover this. Whoopsie daisy. Let's see if we can cover this real quick. Okay. Page of Shells. That's very saucy. And this is perfect because this is all about, like, because the shells in this deck is associated with cups, and that's to do with like your emotions. And in this image, as you can see, this person is like pleasuring themselves and giving them, exactly what they want. And it's all about what I was saying about like, discovering that and exploring what it is that you want, what it is that you find pleasurable. Venus is all about pleasure as well. So this is like the starting point of that, because the page is the messenger in tarot. And yeah, so like really connect with yourself this Venus retrograde. Like this is going to be quite rewarding for you. It's going to be a time of exploration and discovering what you truly desire, what you truly love, what you truly need. And when you discover it, make sure that you give that to yourself. Do not hold back. Be open to receiving. So I'm going to stop there. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Um, if you have any questions, or if you would like a personal reading as well, feel free to reach out to me. And also to clarify, so for Venus retrograde, it's beginning tomorrow on the 1st of March. and it's gonna be retrograde until the 12th of April. But on the 27th of March is when it retrogrades back into the sign of Pisces. So right now it's in the sign of Aries, so it's going to go back into Pisces the 27th of March, and then it's going to go direct on the 12th of April. So we do have like quite some time with this Venus retrograde. So I hope you take on what I've said. This is, all coming from your higher self. And once the Venus retrograde has completed, let me know how it went for you. Okay, see ya. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So before we begin, we're going to do a mini meditation. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath in, hold it, and release through your mouth. And take a deep breath in again, and release. Keeping your eyes closed, I want you to imagine that there is a candle light, a flame, burning gently within you, right where your heart is. In the center of you, there is a flame. And this flame, you can give it a color. This flame is burning away anything that doesn't serve you, and it's also igniting your passion. It's sending warm energy all through your body, from your heart space down to your root. A warm red energy flowing through your body, from your root, passing through your heart, to your throat, and all the way up to your crown. Take a deep breath in. Feel that warmth and release. Okay, now you can open your eyes. So this card deck is from my erotic tarot card deck. So we're actually starting off this reading on a spicy vibe. There is a bit of nudity in this deck, so I'm gonna need to cover up some things. So let's see what the spice level is going to be like for your Venus retrograde. Also, what's the passion that's coming through? All right, we've got 5 of candles. So in this deck, the candles are wands. So that's 5 of wands. Interesting. I'm going to take this one. Ooh, okay, we have a major arcana card, which is the World. Some sort of completion, ending of a cycle, but also the beginning of a cycle. And in that deck, sorry, and in that card as well, it represents all the elements. Well, actually, no, it's not all the elements, it's the modalities. Okay, we've got the Emperor coming through, which is another major arcana card, and I'm going to take this one too. The Moon. Let's just cover that up quickly. Okay. So we've got the Moon, and we've got the Emperor, and we've got the World card. So we've got 3 major arcana cards, and at the bottom of the deck we have 6 of Shells, which is 6 of Cups. Okay. Okay, so from these cards, what I'm getting for you with this Venus retrograde is there's going to be something that like sparks an ending, because the World card is all about cycles and the ending of things after, you know, a long period of like, you know, traveling or like different experiences leading up to this ending, which endings are also new beginnings. So there's going to be something that like sparks this period whereby, you know, you are going to be stepping into a new space, but you may have to like have some sort of like fiery conversations, like passionate conversations that lead to this discovery or this completion. Because the Five of Candles is all about competition and like being surrounded by others that have like strong opinions. And in our relationships as well, like sometimes when we do have these sort of like discussions, or like we're butting heads with other people, like, you know, everyone wants to have their opinion heard, but they're not necessarily like talking to each other. This can bring about like a lot of frustration and blockages, as well as explosive expression as well, because everyone wants to be heard. So perhaps there'll be some sort of like thing that sparks you like standing up for yourself, like as the Emperor, or being seen as like a leader figure, or finally being heard, basically. And the cycle of like dealing with people that like don't hear you could be coming to an end, as well as like feeling like the need to compete in your relationships. You know, like the Emperor is somebody that he doesn't need to compete because he already knows who he is. And in order to be a good leader, you also have to listen to others too. You you're not just like sitting on your throne. The Emperor also goes out into battle. So this could be a time where like you really step into that power of like, you know, not just like saying, oh yeah, this is who I am, but actually being about it. And these cards also are all about like finding balance. So like the Emperor, he aims to find harmony for his people and, you know, for himself by making good decisions. You know, he is more logical and more practical. So you may need to combine like the practicality of things along with the emotional side of things, which is like, you know, more connecting with your internal self. And the moon card is all about like things that are hidden. So it's like the subconscious, the things that we aren't conscious of, whereas the emperor speaks about what we are conscious of and what we can take action towards. So you're going to have to like balance the energy of like your masculine energy and your feminine energy in order to get the results that you desire. And with the wild card coming out, it's likely that you're going to be celebrating something, because the world card is quite a positive card anyway. And so is the Six of Shells, which is the Six of Cups. So there's something coming up from your past and possibly from your family, whereby like it reminds you of something. It could remind you of like, you know, how things used to be, or remind you of something that you really loved, or something that gave you a lot of emotional fulfillment, and integrating that in your present. So the subconscious part of it is also like you could be discovering some hidden desires, um or just a hidden part of you that you now see value in, because Venus is also about like what we value, and like going like reevaluating things. So I understand why this card came out, because you may have to like revisit the past in some form. It might not necessarily be like, you know, going back to like the Five of Candles, or like you don't need to revisit like relationships or like people where like it created like mm, challenges or like friction, but more so going back to things that remind you of like how you like to be loved, or reminding you of like what really matters or what you really value. So it may start off like challenging with this retrograde, but it seems like you're going to come out on top basically. um it could also be like you having like multiple passions that are coming through, and like they're all sort of competing for your energy or competing for your time, and you basically deciding like what you're going to take a lead on with your creative projects. So that could be another form of how this plays out. But harmony is, I feel like, the theme of finding the harmony within, finding the harmony in your relationships, having a healthy balance basically between like fire and water. So I'm gonna now pull from the spirit animal deck to see what spirit animal is coming out for you. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do that again because I didn't even get to shuffle that one. Okay. So we have spider manifestation. You weave your web in life. What you see before you are the result of your thoughts. If your current reality does not suit you, then it's time to make changes through conscious manifestation. Your energy can bring in all you desire. Okay, and then we have Deer, gentleness. This is a reminder to be more gentle with yourself and others. The grace, sensitivity, and gentleness of the spirit animal echo the qualities brought forth when living from the heart. Yes. I feel like that resonates with like the Six of Shells card, and like moving more away from like the Five of Candles energy of like, you know, competing and like being like, I don't know, just like not listening to others, just wanting to have your voice heard, but then moving into this like harmonious energy of like sharing and like reciprocation and like being able to receive and listen. And you know, yeah, that comes with like being gentle with yourself as well. And then with the Spider card, I feel like that resonates with the Emperor as well as the Moon, because anything is possible in the subconscious because it's so vast. You know, all possibilities are available. And so when you combine the two, you are able to be more direct and more focused and more aware of what it is that you're trying to bring down or bring from the subconscious. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more. Oh, that's too much. I'll pull one more card. On this deck. Again, too much. How are you guys doing? Way too much. Okay. Alright, good. We got one. Oh my god, the other pile got this card. So, hippopotamus. I love that word. Exploration. If you have become bored with your life, you have the creative power to stir things up and revitalize everything. You can do this by starting new projects, setting new goals, and making spiritual connections. Okay, under the deck is Fox, opportunities. You must be quick to move out of your comfort zone, especially when the situation calls for immediate responsiveness and flexibility. Open your mind to new ways of doing things. Once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way. Yeah, that does make sense. Okay, so we were talking about the balance, the harmony of things. So yeah, I think overall, you guys are probably gonna be like challenged to not like react or do things that you would usually do, um, or get caught up in like arguments or like conflicts and stuff like that. And yeah, just like move out of your comfort zone. And sometimes our comfort zone is actually a detriment to us because we've been so comfortable doing things a certain way, but actually it's not very healthy for us. So you guys are going to be like moving out of that energy because, like I said in the beginning, there's going to be an ending of a cycle. So you're going to be moving out of a cycle and exploring new ways of experiencing things, new opportunities, and just new ways of doing things. Okay, so for the final pull, I am gonna pull from my Earth Warriors Oracle deck. And this is a really beautiful deck because this one, they have like in-depth messages, and it's from like, it feels like it's from like your spirit guides directly, and it's like ancient knowledge from this deck. So we're gonna pull one from this deck to see what your spirit guide has to say. And who is going to come out for you? What earth warrior is going to come out for you today? Oh, okay. We have Pono Pono, immeasurable power of the heart way. Okay, let's see. I'm going to read from the deck. I'm going to read from the book and see what Pono Pono has to say. Okay. All right. Pono Pono, immeasurable power of the heart way. The heart has the power to heal in a way that the mind cannot understand. Do not allow your mind to distract or frighten you. You are a beautiful child of the universe, and divine love lives within your heart. A willing heart is all you need to transform any situation that is troubling you. Recognizing this power does not evoke feelings of pressure or anxiety, but of peace and joy. Lightness of heart and relief of mind are here for you now. In a reading, the divine within your heart has the power to transform a situation that is troubling you. Do not be intimidated or think it is too much for you or spirit to handle. Do not allow yourself to intellectualize or analyze a situation to the point of feeling confused or paralyzed. Any and all issues that have plagued you or a loved one can and will be healed through the heart. Let your heart feel the faith it needs to feel so that it can rest in joy. Divine healing wants to flow abundantly for you. Open up to receive it without hesitation or condition. Yeah, so this could be talking about the Five of Wands thing that I was saying about like being in situations that like being around people with like strong opinions or like feeling like you have to compete. So it could also just mean like troubling situations. So that's coming to an end. And let's see what else there is on this book. Okay. I'm gonna end that here. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. And I hope that the messages resonate with you. Pile 3, this is your reading. But before we begin, I would like to do a little meditation with you. So if you could just close your eyes for a moment. Make sure you're in a comfortable space. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And release through your mouth. And take a deep breath in again. Hold it and imagine that this energy is in your heart. And release. Keep your eyes closed. And I want you to place your palms by your heart, by your chest. And I want you to imagine that there's a blue light surrounding your heart space. Imagine that this light is a direct source to communicating with your heart, with your soul. Allow it to heal whatever heaviness you've been holding in your heart. Let it transmute that, transmuting it with love, with gratitude, and peace of mind that lets you know that you don't have to hold on to any heaviness anymore. Letting you know that these blockages are being removed so that you have a clear channel to your heart. Now take a deep breath in again. And release. Okay, so I hope you're feeling lighter and you are ready to receive these messages from your heart space. This is from my Yogic Path deck, which is a very beautiful deck. I love this deck so much. Just the artwork and the messages. See what energy is coming through for you for this Venus retrograde. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, we have a deity. We have Parvati. Wow. Okay. Let's pull another one. Santosha. Okay. And under the deck, Rajas. Okay. Okay, so Parvati is the goddess of love, the goddess of devotion and yoga. And this card coming out is a reminder of like staying committed to loving yourself, staying committed to your path, and like having that strong will to do what must be done, even if like other people don't understand or like you're receiving backlash or restriction. You know, like when people don't understand what you're doing and their immediate thing is to like say, oh no, that's wrong. Parvati comes in to remind us that whenever you follow your heart, it's always going to be the right path for you. And having that strong sense of like devotion to yourself is so priceless, and it's so rewarding in the end, because no one knows you better than yourself. No one knows what's best for you more than you, your true self. And you know, like this time during the Venus retrograde is about really devoting that undivided attention to you and really loving yourself unapologetically, no matter like how it may look, or like, you know, it might be unusual like for others, like seeing you in this way, but don't let that deter you. You know, have that strong sense of willingness to, yeah, just stay committed to your path, stay committed to your goals, and just love yourself. You know, love yourself out loud. Okay, Santosha. This card this represents contentment. So this is all about like taking a moment to be content with where you are, acknowledging all that you have achieved, acknowledging where you've come from, your journey, and taking the time to really soak in all of that. Because a lot of the times we can move on from our accomplishments quite quickly onto the next thing. But with this Venus retrograde, you're being asked to reflect on, all the accomplishments that you have, and everything that you have achieved, even the small things, just really sit and soak in, all that you have within you and all that you have accomplished, basically. And relax as well. This is all about taking a break, being in the present, and yeah, just making time to celebrate that. And it doesn't have to be in an extravagant way. It could literally just be with your close circle, just spending time with your loved ones, and cherishing the moment, cherishing each other, pouring into each other, and actually communicating your achievements out loud. And yeah, just being in that energy, because that is going to allow you to refuel and rejuvenate, so that you can have the energy to pour into the next thing that's coming. Because this card, Rajas, this one is all about your sacral chakra, your creative power. And so, and you can see as well, there's the duality of the moon in this card, and then there's the sun in this card. So having that time to reflect, to rest, to just receive, so that you can charge up, so that you have all the energy you need in order to express and to bring forth the new creations that will be coming through for you. And also just connecting with your sacral chakra, so connecting with your sensuality, connecting with your passions, connecting with your sexual energy during this time, and discovering what that is, and discovering what it is that you want to create next. But just taking that time before you move into that, just to kind of revisit some things, and that can also be inspiration for what you're going to create next, when you revisit what you've already created. And it all ties into what you are devoting yourself to, devoting. For me, I feel like this pile are those that are on a journey of creating from the heart, and they've already been on this journey already. So it's it's a time of just full focus and full devotion on self. Okay, that's better. I had to put the light on because the sun just went down as I was doing a reading. But now you can see clearly what I'm talking about with these cards. And I wanted to read from the book for this card, Rajas. It is dynamic movement, aggression, and energy. You are in a place of movement, making the most of each day. You are passionate and excited about the task at hand, and are pushing the limits of what you believe is possible for yourself. Rajas is needed to bring our desires into action, and you are deep in the development phase. You have already achieved many great accomplishments because of your determination, and more await in the near future. However, remember to balance action with rest. Otherwise, you will lose sight of your true goal in the pursuit of achieving more. Yeah, exactly. So that all ties together. Um, there's a lot of like energy that's coming through for you. So like a lot of movement, a lot of flow, and that comes back to like creative flow and like your sacral chakra. So I would suggest probably like eating things that are like really good for your sacral. So like orange colored foods are really good. Also like dancing, like connecting with your waist and allowing the flow to like flow naturally so that when you are ready to create, um it doesn't feel like you're constipated. It's like everything can just kind of like come through. But like it said, make sure that you are balancing rest as well during this retrograde. um But it seems like this pile, you guys are like on the verge of creating something amazing to add to your list of accomplishments. Okay, so I'm going to pull from my tarot deck the Modern Witch tarot deck to see what energy is coming through. Okay, so we have the Sun, lovely. The Nine of Cups, amazing. This card is actually about celebrating, like having emotional fulfillment and like celebrating something. So there's something great coming, like some achievements, like you're gonna be in a space where you are celebrated basically, which is great. The Sun card is also such a positive card. I feel like it's probably the most positive one out of the deck. All about like connecting with your inner child and just a positive like energy. With major arcana cards as well, it's it's more of a umbrella of like plethora of events. So like it's over a long period of time. So like yeah, there's going to be a lot of positive things happening during this period for you, which is amazing, which I love for you. Perhaps you're going to be able to charge up in the Sun as well. Oh, okay. We've got Five of Swords. What's this Five of Swords about? Wheel of Fortune and King of Pentacles. Okay. And then underneath the deck, we've got Four of Pentacles. Okay. So, Five of Swords talks about like conflict in terms of with others, but like mental conflict and being careful of like what you say. This person is like the only one holding the swords, but you can see that like these two people, they've got their back turned. So usually it's like this person, they might have gone too far in the disagreement and they want to be like the last person standing or the what or want to have the last word basically. And then this is the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana card, King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. So we've got two Pentacles and Cups and Swords. Okay. So perhaps there may be some conflict at some point. You know, there's always some misunderstandings when it comes to retrogrades, but it looks like you're going to come out on top with this Wheel of Fortune. um you know, things are going to be looking good in your favor. And I feel like as well, so with the King of Pentacles, this is the energy of somebody that is very generous with their like resources. um the Pentacles represents like material possessions and stuff, and somebody that is like, you know, wealthy and has an abundant mindset. So I feel like with you um being in a space of celebration and like devoting your time and your energy on yourself, this is probably just like saying don't get caught up in like petty disagreements during this time. Like, don't allow your ego to distract you from what's really important. And I think that's also like with the Four of Pentacles, of just like protecting your peace, protecting what's yours, and yeah, just staying more in an abundant mindset, more in a positive space. Because sometimes as well, like when we are in a space of like celebration, that can come with like, that can trigger other people who may not be in that space. And rather than like taking the bait of that, um you can like transmute any negative energy, like turn it around and make it beneficial for you. But also, both these people are like sitting down and they're relaxed and they're not bothered. Like, so yeah, this is just a reminder of just like not allowing external things that are like a distraction or just negativity to like get you all in your feels, or like get you like, yeah, just get you bothered basically. And clearly you're not. You're doing really well, which I'm very proud of you. And yeah, like focusing on your security and what makes you feel secure. And yeah, just pouring into yourself. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to pull from my spirit animal deck to see what spirit animal is coming out for you during this Venus retrograde. Okay, we have the eagle, vision. It is time to look inward with an attentive eye. Allow your heart to guide you, and opportunities you never dreamed were possible will present themselves when you least expect it. Get ready for greatness. Wow, I love that. Yep, that is definitely in alignment with everything that we discussed, especially about like allowing your heart to guide you. Yeah, that is going to lead you to amazing things. Dragonfly, adaptability. The dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. It is reminding you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life in order to bring about the changes needed to reach your full potential. Sorry. Approach things lightly. Yes, that's a good one. And dragonflies to me are just so beautiful as well. Okay, underneath the deck, we have kangaroo, cycle. A 9-month cycle is at play. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit fully to it. You have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backward. Interesting. Remember I was saying about like fully committing to your path. That's very interesting. So 9 months from now. So probably during this Venus retrograde, you're going to be like maybe tying up loose ends. Maybe just like something has just finished, you've just finished the project, and you're gonna have this time to like soak in your achievements and like celebrate what you've done so far. And then you'll have like the vision to, you know, start something new with this new creative energy that you've got brewing within. And it's going to start this 9-month cycle, but you have to like fully commit to it basically. But it's saying that you have everything you need in order to do that. And yeah, you don't need to, you know, go backwards on anything. You have like everything you need to move forward with that. So take your time with it as well. Clearly it's like something that requires time and for it to like fully mature into what it needs to be. So there's no rush. But I'm very excited for you, pile 3. It looks like this period of this Venus retrograde is going to be very fruitful for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, bye.